Good evening, everyone. My name is Cadium, and it is with great pleasure I bring you yet another Clan War from the Top Dog StarCraft 2 League. This is week 4, and we have an epic Clan War coming right up. Boreal eSports and 440 Gaming will face in an epic best of 5 of best of 1s. This is Pro League format. I sure hope you guys are ready, because I am. Our players will be ready very soon. Here we go! Oh yes, this is happening right now. Players are getting ready. We're creating the lobby for the first game. If you're watching us on YouTube, remember you can always watch the live stream on Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern. Every week there will be a Top Dog StarCraft 2 Clan War. And this week, as I mentioned, we're gonna have Boreal eSports facing 440 Gaming. Presented to you by our wonderful sponsors here at Boreal eSports, iWeb, Stinky Footboard, and Havoc Technologies. And of course, this stream is also brought to you by CIPC.com, which are nice enough to provide me a computer for streaming. Thanks to them. Just to let you guys know, if you're watching live right now, the stream has a delay, as required by the league's rules. So I will have quite a hard time following the chat, as I have since the beginning of this league. But I will 100% confirmed read chat in between games, try to catch any funny stuff you guys have to say. Any comments will be welcome. And while we wait for the first game to start, we're entering the lobby right now. If you guys want to hit that share button, get more and more people on the stream, we always appreciate having more viewers. Just drop it down on Facebook, all your gamer friends. They really want to come and take a look at, well, what is basically going to be the full Boreal eSports team we're going to see tonight. Or so I have been told. We should have 5 Grandmasters tonight. Of Grandmaster level, I mean, because the first player seems to be Hu Shang, which has not taken his Grandmaster rank just yet, but he is definitely worth it. So how are you guys doing? I know for one that we've had some pretty harsh weather in the past few days, whether it's Western Canada dealing with the snow, or California and basically southwestern United States dealing with floods. Any of you guys, if you're caught up in there, be strong. We're with you guys. Gamers unite. Some pretty bad weather hitting straight before winter. So the first map will be King Sejong Station. Okay, so we are gonna have a ZVT to start. A ZVT to start, and it's actually their strongest player from what we know right now. Strongest player of the 440 team, which is a team I don't know really. I know they have some pretty high level players. So I expect a fun match. This is going to be fun to watch. Remember, this is 5 best of ones, so you're going to see a total of 10 players tonight. And we play all 5 games no matter what happens. So there could be a 5-0. It could end 3-2. But we don't stop even if one of the teams hits 3. Every single game is worth a point, so all games have to be played. I'm just dancing. I like this mix, but they talk a little bit too much. There we go. Let's just lower it down. Just to have some back music. Because there's always a delay at the beginning of a clan war where I want to start the stream and I want to talk to you guys even though there's a delay. I want you guys to enjoy the stream. Hopefully you are enjoying our brand new overlay. Wish I should shove my face in. Here we go. There you go. Hi guys. Already a couple people are watching even though I have a delay from this. Also, there's a caster for 440 as well. Good to know. As we are only waiting for Nomi, the Zerg player for 440 Gaming. Is that what it's called? Is it 440 Sports or 440 Gaming? It's 440 Gaming. Okay, good. Perfect. So let's take a look at what players we have here. So obviously all of them are masters, but who is worth the Grand Mastery level? That's what's important, really. So we have a master here. We have 11 times master. Whoa. Last season, let's see. 1v1. A rank 4. With a pretty nice record as well. So rank 4 masters, 2k points. So yeah, this is high level. This is pretty high level. I mean, 3 times master. This may be a new account as well. I mean, another 2k level, 2k points master. Okay, this will be interesting for sure. Again, guys, if you enjoyed the stream tonight, if you are enjoying the casting later on as well, I invite you to, of course, follow me on my Twitch channel, which I stream my matchmaking adventures oftentimes, and some other stuff coming right up. I'm actually preparing a 12-hour live stream for Dreamland, to collect money for Dreamland and the StarCraft 2 prize pool at Dreamland. This is supposed to happen on Saturday. Now, if you want the proper confirmation, you head to Twitter and you follow me at BRLCadium. This is where it'll be announced first. We're just, figuring out a couple stuff with my wife, my kids. Of course, when you're a father of 2, you don't stay up all night without paying. I'm gonna take a sip. You guys know what I mean. Okay, I'm gonna pay for that. But still, it's a good cause, and I want to do it. I feel like it's gonna be really fun. I'm not only gonna play StarCraft 2. I plan on playing Counter-Strike, maybe a little bit of League of Legends, and I've got some casual games also coming right up. I may have a run of Portal 2, and there's a very interesting thing that I've been working on, and it is going to be a surprise when it happens, when it's announced. I could tell you the name of it if you guys like. I'm still figuring out how this will work, but I'd like to play Jukebox Bingo, and it's gonna be with donations. People will donate and activate the jukebox, because most of you, if you've watched my stream, you know I like to sing, and I feel like we could have some fun with donations and me singing. Just saying. Just saying. I already have raised $24 out of my $100 goal, initial goal, because if we go, I mean, if I stream for 12 hours, then maybe we could go for a progressive thing where I'll do something special at $100 and then something else at 200, maybe. I'm just thinking out loud here. If you guys have any ideas, by the way, tweet at me at BRLKDM. I'll consider everything. Of course, this is the first time I'll stream for... No. Okay, let me rephrase that. This is the first time since about 3 years I'll stream for more than 12 hours. That was in NASL New York, NASL Toronto, back in 2012, where we streamed for, I think 30 hours in 2 days, 16 hours on the Saturday, and then 14, or was it 12 hours on the finals. It was awesome. It was a great experience, and I look forward to repeating that. So are we getting... Okay, so the giant Nomi is here. Ushang is ready. Okay. Just catching up on chat in the lobby, seeing if there's a problem. It seems we seem good to go. Just waiting on Hushang now, and we're gonna get this started. It's actually gonna be a PVZ. My bad. Hushang, of course, the Protoss. I don't know why I messed that up. Is he really? Yes, right. Protoss. Yeah. I remember. I'm getting to know this player as well, right? Even though he's in my team, he's not the player I am the most acquainted to. And here we go. You guys hear the beeping. Let's stop the track, Eugene. We've got a game. And it is loading right now. PVZ on King Sejong Station is starting. Wait for it. There we go. Game number 1 is on. This is the Top Dog StarCraft 2 League, sponsored or created by Thunderdog eSports. Thanks to them for hosting the league. By the way, I for one know how demanding it is to manage a league. Even though this one seems very well organized, I have to say, props to them. But let's see, as the week number 4, oh my goodness, the trolling begins. Let's see if we're on the right overlay since this is the first. Okay, good. Perfect. So I may get a little bit closer here. If you guys don't hear me well, just drop it in the chat. There's a 2-minute delay, but at least I'll see it. Good. So, in the top left corner of King Sejong Station, playing for 440 Gaming, we have the Zerg player, the Giant Nomi. And his opponent, playing out of the bottom right corner, is the Red Protoss for Boreal eSports, Mr. Hushang. And this is, at this level, it's kind of not usual to see a drone scout. And I'm not exactly sure what he wants to accomplish with that. Honestly, I don't really drone scout anymore. I was a big fan of it, but unless I'm going to try and block the Nexus, which he won't be able to do since the Nexus is already down right here. Oh my god, the sound is so loud. I'm sorry, guys. Sound is unbearably high. Okay, that's good. Much better. So he's not going to be able to block it. And, I mean, there's no real other info you can do unless, there you go, unless you go for an in-base hatch or something cheesy. And I am so happy to be able to witness this at high levels. The only player I ever see doing this is Cats, and it's been a while since I've seen him do it. I think Cats and Destiny were big fans of that kind of stuff, and it's a quite big main, and I don't really think... And there's a second drone? Oh, and he drops a second hatch? Really? Is this real? Okay, so this is going to have two impacts. First things first. Let's see. So Hushang does not know about this at all, and we've got 6 links crossing the map right now. There's no way he's gonna be able to wall this up unless he does this right now, and he still does not know. The Hushang still does not know about the hatcheries, and this is gonna be a big problem. Now he sees one, but he hasn't seen the one that will finish. Oh my goodness, and 2 in-base hatches. This is so uncommon. This Nexus should fall at this point, and Hushang is pulling so much stuff, and he sees the creep spreading. He knows there are 2 hatches now. This Nexus is now irrelevant. Mothership Core is on the way though for Hushang, who still has, remember, he still has a probe right there. So if he survives until he's able to counterattack, this could get even more interesting. We've got a Queen coming, and 2 Zerglings already out. He's producing Zerglings from this hatch only. He's not producing any from the main. And the Nexus fell. Queen is out. Is going to start either creep spreading or dealing with the Mothership Core. And if he gets this around on those Zealots, Zealots have to get in contact with the Queen, which they don't. Going to try kiting these Zealots, but there are so many Zerglings, and on creep you're just not going to be able to do it. Stalker is out though. This could change things, as he's going to be able to attack from a distance the Queen. Hushang hasn't lost this Mothership Core, which is excellent, and it was by a thread. 8 health only, as this Queen will now fall. There's another hatch. The hatch that was cancelled has been remade. So many probes pulled out of the mineral line. He basically doesn't have any income whatsoever. Look at this. But Nomi doesn't have any either, and he's just now reproducing drones at the moment. And this hatch is bound to fall, whether it's by sheer photon overcharge or just attacking with the units. But there's okay. So this second hatch got cancelled as well, which brings us basically to kind of an even game. But let's see. It's all going to depend on what Hushang follows this with. It could be like a very aggressive push with 4 gates. And Hushang decided to drop the photon overcharge, probably because he saw all those units in production at the hatch, which got cancelled. And finally, this hatch will fall. Broodlings will not be sent to the mineral line. The mineral line, he maybe could have got a probe out of this, but just not going to do it. And we're following up with something that may fall into. Okay, no, this is weird. This is a lair. He has no. What else could this be other than Aspire? I mean, is he able to follow this up with something other than Aspire? I don't think so. I do not think so. And this egg will survive, so Nomi should get a scout out of this. Oh, he doesn't have speed. This is going to be real hard, and there it goes. So we are left with Hushang. He's got 2 gates. A little bit over halfway done to warp gates. The Spire is down for Nomi. 2 Zerglings scouting. Oh, and he's gonna be really happy about this. The only thing that could have killed Nomi at this point is a gigantic like 4-gate all-in or something like that. And still, he has a very good defense for it. 3 spines, and he's able to produce like half a dozen. Or a dozen, I should say, Zerglings right out of this. He's going to get a second Queen. He would have been pretty well equipped to deal with it, I think. But still, he's very low on supply. He's got only 1 base. It is fully saturated, yes. And he's going to have enough gas to produce, what, maybe 7 Mutalisks? He needs an Overlord ASAP, yep, indeed. So the Overlord is on the way. We're gonna have 7 mutas. There are 3 stalkers and 3 sentries, as well as a photon overcharge saved up to deal with this. And there will be cannons as well, because we have a forge. So whenever he sees, oh, is he gonna be able to see the spire? If he comes back and sees it, Oh my goodness, he knows. He definitely knows that all of these are Mutalisks. And you're gonna see pylons dropped around the mineral lines, I think. Unless he feels comfortable enough with his defense. 3 stalkers, 5 sentries now. And he's going, yep, double Stargate, why the hell not? I don't know, I think this one was dropped right as he scouted it, and this one was added on a little bit later. Mutas are on the way. They're gonna have to deal with double Stargate Phoenix coming right up. And he sees the Phoenix timing as well. Such a great Phoenix hallucination scout from Hushang. A little bit lucky, but he can't afford to lose sentries here though. He cannot afford to lose another sentry. He traded a sentry for, was it 2 Butas? I think so. Just not that bad. Really not that bad. 1 Phoenix is going to be out on the field pretty soon. Are they getting Crota boosted? Yes. Yes, indeed. This is everything that's coming, and oh my goodness, we're turning this. And I don't know if Hushang is going to be aware. He definitely saw the infestation pit researching something, but does he think this is gonna turn into infestors? There's almost no chance it is infestors. In fact, we know that it is going to be swarm host, but what is he gonna do with it? You see, yeah, Robo facility drop straight up. Probably, yeah, okay, so first things first, he's already researching +1 ground weapons because he could afford it. That's great news for him, but he would have needed it anyway. And you want to hit that sweet spot where you'll have 3 or 4 colossi, I should say, to deal with the locusts before they hit your wall, before they hit your units. Unfortunately for Nomi, he's not gonna have an overlord to creep out the 3rd in time to stop this nexus. Still, at least he sees it. So we have Phoenixes ready to scout the eventual 3rd. We're gonna follow them. And yeah, 4 swarm hosts on the way. Hushang is trying to mix it up with a little bit of drop action. The Warp Prism is halfway done. 2 more Phoenixes reinforcing this. He's going to try to catch, of course, any Overlord he could find would be a very nice catch, since Nomi is working with not that much of he's not ahead. Like, he supply blocked himself for a few seconds here, and he's in a pretty dire spot right now. Getting drones killed is definitely not what he wants at the moment, at any given time, but especially here, since he's dealing with a very little number of drones to fulfill this build. 41 harvesters now. He has to remake these units, and there's something very interesting that's in production right now. Let's see what Hushang is going to do with this Warp Prism. Trying to scout again. If he sees the Nidus network that just completed, where is it? Oh, it's right here. Okay, so he's not gonna see it right away. Still coming back for more drones, and here it is. And it is not seen by Hushang. Hushang does not have vision there. He's gonna see it right when this assimilator completes. And there you go. Swarm hosts join the party. Not a lot of units to deal with this. He doesn't really have, and he's producing Void Rays at the moment. There will be anti-air though, and there's a Nidus network, there's a Nidus worm popping in the main, and this could be trouble. At least with the force field, he was able to hold off the locusts, the first round of locusts, but here it is. The infinite amount of locusts that can be spawned from those swarm hosts, and Hushang is walking his units in the locusts. No! Oh my goodness, this is really big trouble. At least 2 Voideries here will be enough to deal with the Queens. But at what cost? I mean, he lost his whole army here just to destroy the Nidus Worm. He destroyed both, but he's getting obliterated. Reinforcements are on the way, spawning. Units die as they spawn. This is big, big trouble for Hushang. Losing one Stargate now. very close to losing. Actually, the Nexus is taking aggro for the from the Locusts, which is nice to get out with another Void Ray for Hushang. But I mean, what is he able to do about this? At least now he has an Observer, and he's gonna be able to get rid of the Swarm hosts, losing a Void Ray, and I'm not quite sure what happened there. I mean, he was dealing good damage, but yes, he was losing this other Nidus Worm, and I think unpowering this Stargate, like this Spion here, could have changed a lot of stuff. Because he eventually lost the other Void Ray to the Queens. And this was so much trouble. Without this air unit that popped out while the Nexus was taking aggro, not quite sure this would have ended the same, or else it would have been maybe a little bit tighter, but good game. GG to Hushang for holding one of the weirdest games I've seen in a long time. But still a very enjoyable game to cast. I hope you guys liked it. Let's put back some music just for the sake of ambience. There you go. As we are going to set up game number 2. Hushang allows Boreal to take the lead 1-0 against 440 Gaming. And this is the last you'll see of Hushang for today. As I mentioned, this is Pro League format. 10 players are going to play, 5 best of ones, and we just take the points from the wins. We play all 5 games. Of course, there's a Clan War winner, but really what counts is the number of wins. It's really important. And now, if I remember correctly, we were working with certain rules in the first 2 weeks, and then last week we were casted by the official Thunderdog League, the Top Dog League stream, and they kind of unveiled something on us. Boreal is actually, I think the map has to be selected first. Then Boreal sends in a player, and 440, having lost the last game, will get to counterpick. But I think they have to announce the map first. So we'll see what that leads us. I hope you guys enjoyed this game. We have Pluto in a game. He may be the next player. We have EJK as well as Micros. Darn it, we may only see Grandmasters tonight from Boreal. This is very interesting. So let me bookmark this replay. Rename. So double in base hatch. This is something I really want to watch again. And we get invited to game number 2. I'm gonna stop the music right away. Let's see what you guys have to say in the chat. Watch out, the 7 muted all in incoming. The famous muted 1 base pressure. Oh. Oh my god. Names Shang, Hushang. Zealot drop in main. Yes, I missed that. I mentioned the I remember telling you guys about the Warp Priest, but then I completely forgot about it whenever Hushang came back to scout. It was kind of important. So is that the reason why the game ended, in fact? That could be it. That could be it. Indeed. Yes, this was if it's the case, then I'm sorry guys. Missing the Zealot drop. And I didn't think, did it occur while the attack was going on? Because I know he warped in like 5 Zealots while defending the Swarm hosts. So we're gonna have a no, this is not a random player. We're gonna have EJK coming right up for Boreal eSports. Let's see where he stands. Right now, he was top 50. Yep, 43rd. 43rd in the Grandmaster League. Right next to, yeah, pretty... So yeah, I remember I mentioned this last week. When you see barcodes around a player in the Grandmaster League, you know it's pretty high. He's got Ender, I think it's Ender Sword, Poke Bunny, Dragon, and right under is Mike Ross. Mike Ross, you're 44th? Nice! Nice, nice, nice. Impressive. So EJK. Are both players ready? Let's see. Oh, so it seems Geeden and EJK have a history together, maybe? They're talking about pretty personal stuff here. They're talking about somebody else finding a job and such. So EJK is ready, just waiting on Geeden. We're gonna play on Deadwing. And let's see. I haven't seen EJK lose a single game. I only saw him play once. So maybe it's not that big of a sample. But still. Game is starting. Countdown is on. And there you have it. It is really going to be a TVZ this time. Game is loading. Bear with me, please. So this is going to be game number 2. Remember, if you're just joining us, Boreal is ahead 1-0. This is week 4 of the Top Dog StarCraft 2 League hosted by Thunderdog Esports. My name is Cadium. I am your host for tonight's best of 5 of best of 1 Pro League format Clan War. And there you have it. We are in game number 2. Player spawning in the top left position of Deadwing is playing for Boreal. It is EJK. And his opponent, playing out of the bottom right corner, is the Green Zerg, is playing for 440 Gaming. It is Geeden. And here we go. Is that a drone scout again? Okay, so if there is one matchup I dislike drone scouting now, it is versus Terran. Now remember, he's probably gonna send his drone cross map, since he already has an overlord going up, and you cannot spawn horizontally on this map, which is a pretty useful info if you are maybe playing in a lower league. Sometimes people don't know about this. You cannot spawn by closed ground positions. Rest in peace, Metalopolis, for any of you remember that hashtag crazy bad map. It was good back in the days. It was a nice map. So EJK, yeah, probably a little bit surprised for a reason. This is kind of unusual. It's an unusual scout, both the timing, since he spawned cross, he scouted cross, and this may induce what was that? Did I just bug or something? Is it still working? Okay, it is. I'm sorry. Thought I had a problem here. So yeah, he's completely confirming the position of his opponent by sending the drone cross map. But it's the first time I see that. It is the very first time. I see that counter scout. So, pretty interesting. May keep that in mind, especially because he was able to bring back the drone. He saw that wasn't a CC first or anything, and there is indeed a Reaper on the map. I do believe the Zerg player saw the gas timing. Yep, he saw the gas building. Exactly. And this is exactly what I was talking about when I got distracted by that busy sound in the back. The scout timing, because it is so unusual, may induce EJK to think that he was spawning under, or vertically, and that he sent his drone there first because it's the shortest scout direction, which it is not the case. So EJK basically got juked. There you go. There you have it. He's gonna scout now, but the hatchery is done. 2 queens are actually almost done as well. This Reaper will do little to nothing. 6 Zergling already on the field. You must escape as fast as possible. Barely saving the Reaper with 8 HP as he was adventuring pretty deep on creep. And when you have a lot of Zerglings around, he almost got surprised on the ramp. And you do not want to lose, especially because he doesn't have a second one on the way, or produced for that matter. You do not want to lose that first scouting Reaper. And a nice catch here from EJK, gonna snipe this Overlord. There's no way he's gonna be able to save that. And here you have it. At least Gideon will... I was thinking Raiden. This always makes me think about Raiden from Mortal Kombat. Which is the reason why I kind of messed up his name. So Gideon crossed the map with the Zerglings. Speed pops in. Already two Hellions on the field. Still, oh, not going to be able to get the scout, and all of the Zerglings die a horrible burning death. EJK comes back, sees the Baneling Nest. Is not even going to lose the Reaper. Great job. Great scouting. Awesome timings. A little bit lucky maybe. But still. So Gideon, there you go. You have the shadow of a hatchery here. He's going to take a third. So this is really Baneling's Nest. There's no lair yet. We're hitting the 7-minute mark. EJK with 2 Marines here on patrol, trying to scout, not scout, but prevent an eventual scout, which is going to come from the north. And it is going to see what's coming out of EJK's pocket right now, which is cloaked Banshees. So already, at the exact same time that was scouted, you've got 1 Spore Crawler placed in each base. So EJK, not EJK, but Gideon should be pretty safe versus this, even though he still doesn't have a lair. And it has not started. He's looking to hit it timing? He's not going to have Baneling speed though. And this is unfortunate because this could have indeed have been a nice timing. So there's no way this Reaper gets out of there alive. I cannot believe, no, not with 3 queens attacking it. Was he able to see? The lair, he saw it. What a nice comeback. This Reaper really paid for itself. Definitely. So there's 1 Banshee out on the field. The second one coming out right now for EJK. Going to prevent the Zergling from getting to the watchtower, but still got scouted. The number of Hellions on the field is now revealed to Gideon, which will lose the control of this other watchtower. Some Zerglings try to sneak out of the base. They'll drag a couple Hellions for a couple shots. 3 queens here should be quite enough, especially with the transfuses. Transfuses here, and Zerglings try to gain advantage of the creep and will fall back right now. No casualty. Only small little skirmishes right now from both players. Lair has been completed. Do we have Baneling speed? No, not yet for Gideon, but there are a lot of Zerglings, and this is kind of turning into some kind of a Baneling bust mid-game, which is pretty weird. if you ask me. So we already are running on double armories for EJK. We're heading into mech, uh, severely mech. This is what I'm gonna call it. Oh my goodness. +1/+1 has been started, and Lings and Banelings for the Zerg player Gideon is now complete as well. Banelings are there to defend. Baneling speed has been started. No Banelings will be produced outside of EJK's third, which gets scouted at the moment by Gideon. Cloak Banshees tried to get a few drone kills, which I don't think they have, since this is still fully saturated. Let's see. Total workers killed 4. So this is a big investment. Hopefully, I mean, the only thing he can hope for really is to put them to use later on in the game. A Viking will come, try to deny this this Overlord that we saw right there. Here, EJK supply blocked at 113 supply. Gideon started +2/+2, 85 supply. Of course, this is a little bit hard to evaluate because he still has a lot of Zerglings as seen. Not really. Okay, so 21. He really lost a lot of those. More than I expected. And he's coming out of the field. Base number 4 and 5 have been started. Oh my goodness. This queen will fall. And there's an infestation pit that is scouted by those banshees. He almost could have set himself in position to get the banshee's nest. Mixing things up. That would be insane, though. Exploding banshees. Or banelings throwing missiles. That would be nice too. And flying. So denying that 5th base, which is gonna get cancelled any minute now. The 4th will complete, though. We should have spore crawlers on the way anytime soon. Hive has been started as well. +2/+2 is going to finish for melee units of the Zerg. While we have EJK producing Thors, well, not producing Thors anymore, going for tanks rather. He has 4 Thors. They're going to be +2/+2 rather soon, in about 2 minutes and a half. A little bit of scouting going on. Gideon landed a contaminate. I can hardly remember what the name of this is. Oh, and EJK adventured himself a little bit far on cream, and he's gonna get completely surrounded. Gideon, even spending a few banelings, I don't think he needed to do that though. And suddenly, map control has completely swapped position, and the Zerg player has taken it back completely. No more Hellions, which also means no more Hellbats, and he's gonna have to produce some of those. Yep, he still has this factory on reactor, so he should have a couple more in no time. 2-2 is complete. We have, of course, the lair complete, the hive completed. We're hitting the almost hitting the 16-minute mark, and we've got +3/+3 on the way, as well as adrenal glands for the Zerg. +1 flyer attacks, but he hasn't produced anything out of the Spire yet. 15 drones being added on? Really? We're gonna get 90 drones for a Zerg player? Of course, he's still able to get a lot of units because he's playing Zerglings, but what did... I'm not exactly sure what was in that... I'm speechless. So many of these Zerglings died for nothing. Like, he barely got a scout of the army, wasn't able to get into the third rather. This is a little hard situation for Gideon, while EJK is getting 3 command centers produced at the moment. Setting up for other bases, or maybe gearing up to sacrifice SCVs at this point. Sacrificing SCVs to only harvest with mules at some point in the game. So let's see the armies. What do we have? We have 93 drones for the Zerg player, really? So, which leaves him with barely 70 army supply of an army, and 4 mutalisks, 14 Zerglings only are left now. 36, some have popped out as I was saying it. And 5 Ultras, but there's not a lot of stuff to support those Ultras. Chitinous Platinum will be researched, so we're gonna have +3, actually +5, Ultralisks when the time comes. And actually the Zerg player Gieden is running double Spire here. Scanning the main does not reveal a lot, only maybe this Ultralisk Cavern that he didn't know about. A big Zergling run by. Oh, and Zerglings are gonna make EJK suffer some friendly fire, but not that much as he unsieged instantly. Hellbats are going to be dealt with pretty quickly here with those Mutalisks. And Gieden successfully securing this 5th, as well as taking a hidden base in the top right corner. We'll see where he heads with that. This may be the base that saves the day eventually if this turns into a base trade. Which still could happen, because EJK, when he moves out, he's gonna have a very, very strong army, which Gieden will not want to engage in any circumstances. Even with 5 Ultras, I mean, there's no crowd control. There you go, he's getting pathogen glands. He needs those infestors to lock down the units in place and get the splash damage done as much as possible. He's now up to 11 Ultras. 11 Ultras, but only 44 Zerglings, 5 Banelings, and that is not enough. This is not that big of an army. This is going to be quite easy to deal with, I feel, for EJK, especially dealing with having +3 attack. And let's see the engage here. Ultras getting on top of one another, getting focused by Thors. Thors are stacked together, but tanks are in such a good position, and Gieden loses the whole army except this lucky Ultra who who saved himself. Basically, he traded this whole army for 4 Thors, and that's it. Now, reinforcing with a lot of Zerglings may help, but is he still running 87 drones? That's a little bit too much. You really need more than that. Oh, surrounding the tanks here, unsieged, uncreep. He doesn't even kill them. You gotta kill those. And still, now, the trade comes back in Gieden's favor. 5 Banshees going nuts on the Ultralisks here, but are not going to be very effective against Zerglings. They're hammering down the wall of EJK, which should land. There you go, land the Vikings, try to get some stuff done. A pretty big run by, that's gonna come right up. Lifts up the supply depot, EJK does, in time, and again, so that's a whole army thrown out in the field, and only reinforcing with Zerglings here. I mean, both players, they're having... What is this? Like, is this Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and I'm not aware of it? 90 Harvesters and 76 still at the 23-minute mark? Both players are running an insane amount of bases, and this... Okay, so the momentum should switch around, because, I mean, EJK is producing, high-sec auto-tracking. He's gonna have the very tanky and highly effective Sentry auto turret. I was thinking Sentry guns, which is not the case. And those Banshees are also benefiting from insane, not splash damage, but insane upgrades. Oh my goodness, if that hits, he actually gets splash damage done on his own units. Infestors spawning at the right time. And this one will land, killing 2 infestors. This Seeker missile. I still have the Sentry gun in my head. I have no idea why. So yeah, Seeker missile gets a couple infestors, but now they're on the field, and that's what I mentioned earlier. Even with +3/+3 Banelings, Zerglings, Ultralists, you're gonna need for sure. The Mech Terran army is so strong. You need a whole army first, and then you need to hit and strike very fast with a second max out unit, max out army. And now that he has infestors on his side, I think this is manageable. 13 infestors, and that leaves him with 25 mutalisks. And I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen with that. Do we still have some Thors? Yeah, we have 6 Thors. And God knows +3 Thors deal an awful lot of damage to mutas, even though there are infestors here. I mean, so Gideon is gonna get it here. All of the mutalisks will be scouted. This planetary fortress should fall. Will they fall? Would it fall? This army, this is turning into some very late game stuff. This is probably the longest game we've had in the Top Dog League so far. So we have 13 full energy infestors, and I'm trying to analyze everything that could happen here. What is he? Behemoth reactor? Are we really turning this into? Oh my God! The tanks! So much splash damage. He loses basically every single infestor he has. He only has 2 left, and they don't have any energy whatsoever, only for 2 fungals, and this is not going to be enough. 19 mutas are being produced right now, but this is not going to be enough. Banelings hit everything, only getting 2 tanks, and this is not going to cut it. This is not going to do it. Gideon has a lot of production. He lost again his whole army. 4 battle cruisers are being produced, so even EJK, should he lose this whole army, he has a plan behind this, which will not be needed. My goodness, there was so much stuff happening in that game. I barely could keep the analysis up, and this is the kind of game you really want to have 2 casters to deal with. One has to take a look at the minimap constantly. There's a possibility that I missed a drop at some point again, like the first game, but this game also getting bookmarked. This is a lesson in mech TVZ. Really, this was a really nice game. So GG to EJK taking the game over Gideon. Making this clan war, making Boreal ahead 2-0 in this clan war. Again, this is the Top Dog StarCraft 2 League. Let's call this replay a lesson in Mech versus Zerg by EJK. There you go. Wow. This was really good. And we are going to set up game number 3 in a few seconds. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. Get back to some music. There we go. So, not to criticize or anything, but I think Gideon had the right idea. He said at the end of the game, "Good job, I remember why we don't play." Or was it something about remembering not how to play or something like that? I missed it. It was really quick. Came up really quick when the game ended. But 90 drones is a lot. It is a lot of drones. Economically speaking, without having maybe 2 additional hatches, which he didn't when he hit that 90 mark. 2 macro hatches or 2 extra bases just waiting to produce with queens. You're not going to be able to spend all of that money, and against a very well defended, well positioned Terran player playing mech, it's really hard to get it. I mean, as I said, there is no way he would have engaged this unless he planned to remax really quickly and re-engage over and over because the Terrans don't produce as fast as the Zerg players. He could have got him that way, like remaxing on what 120 Zerglings, mixing in a couple ultras, but 11 ultras was a little bit too much, I feel. Getting infestors a little earlier would have helped because he got some nice snipes. I mean, he was on the field. He had the map control for, say, maybe from the 15-minute mark to the 22, 25-minute mark. He was having the creep spread all over the place. He was having the map control. He was the downright owner of the watchtowers as well. He was seeing pretty much everything. He was able to harass EJK's 5th, and then he even caught, you guys remember, he caught like 6 or 7 tanks unsieged, uncreep in the middle of the map, which I can only think would have given him an advantage, but EJK stepping right up and taking the game downright with adding in Ravens, eventually transitioning to battle cruisers, which is a really nice transition since the upgrades are now shared by the flying units and the ground units of mech, which I think we should call it maybe flying mech from now on, Sky Terran, as a reference to Sky Toss. So I have no idea where we're standing right now. We are still having the score screen for most of the actors in this clan war, but they've been dealing, calling the maps and the players in private since the beginning. Ends of chat in that Boreal versus 440 chat channel. We have a lobby. Let's jump in. So again, I believe that the map was selected by 440 here since they lost the match. And then Boreal calls the shot, sends a player in, and 440 gets to counterpick. And Micros is next up for Boreal. Let's see. It would be really nice to have a 3-0 confirmed win on the third map. Still looking for a 5-0 win. And we could get it tonight. Maybe. But still, it's not over. We're gonna play all 5 games no matter what happens. So guys, of course, stay tuned. No, sit down. Sit down. So, last hit versus Micros. This is starting right now. I haven't taken a look at Cadium. AC Champ, Drekken! Welcome to the stream. Alright, Eugene, stop the track. Thank you, Eugene. We are in game number 3, starting right now. We're going to be playing on Overgrowth, spawning in the bottom left corner, playing as the Green Terran. We have the 440 gaming player. I was watching them chat. Hang on, let me start that over again. Spawning in the bottom left corner, playing for 440 gaming, we have Last Hit. And his opponent, I actually think it's the first time I see him play in an official clan war for Boreal. So playing, of course, out of the top right corner, for Boreal eSports, it is Micros! The one and only, rank 44 in the Grandmaster League right now. So, could we expect a win here? We have all the right to. Pressure is on you, Mr. Micros. I like to make fun of him a lot. We've known each other for a long time. He's been trolling my streams forever. So I am going to allow myself to troll him again. Just a little bit. It's friendly, guys. Alright. keeping ourselves hydrated at all times. We have players sitting up. Well, I expect. Again, we didn't have that discussion today. If you guys have been watching in the past weeks, I mentioned that since this is best of one, I do not expect cheese to happen. We've had a very surprising game with two in-base hatches in a ZVP in the first game, but this, let's call it the exception that confirms the rule. So we're going to set up for Reaper expand while Mycross is adding in a Cyber Core, probably headed for a Mothership Core expand. Nothing surprising there. Last hit crossing the map right now, maybe in time, probably in time for a little engineering bay block, maybe, which is becoming quite standard once again. There was a long period of time where we wouldn't see any blocks except from Protos's versus Zer. And he's actually going to choose to go for the main. Let's see what he sees here. Not very surprised by what he sees, I'm pretty sure. So one gas harvesting for Mycross. We see that, of course, very obvious Mothership Core coming right up. And he will see the Nexus on his way back. There you go, wasn't even attempting to block it. Command Center has been started on the low ground for last hit now, as this second barracks is on the way. We have a reactor as well. Reaper will make his way in the base. Let's see what he's able to do. We have a Stalker halfway done. Last hit was hesitating to go in the main, but seeing the Mothership Core standing in the natural, he chooses to just juke it and go for the scout. Just not gonna give him a lot of info, just seeing the second gas, not seeing any other production facility at all. There's a robo facility, and this is a thing now. Yep, adding in the robo facility before adding in any other gates for the Protoss player will give a little bit of a timing. Let's say last hit added on two barracks rather, with a tech lab and a reactor, and decided to go for a push in maybe 2 to 3 minutes with a lot of bio units. This could work because Mycross is not going to have a lot of units. He will have, though, the Mothership Core with a photon overcharge ready, but we've seen it before. The Terran player is able to come out on top in that kind of situation. But what this will allow him to do now, on the other hand, is get, yes, those so very important observers, as Reaper gets denied his scouting and doesn't see anything, does not know about the robo, does not know about the forge, and he's coming in, decides to back out. He's got, let's see, on the field we've got 11 Marines, including some that are leaving the base right now. And what do we have for Mycross? We have yet another observer, and this is so important these days. You really want to be able to scout as efficiently as possible, and if you're able to keep the energy of your sentries and not spend them on hallucinations, you want to have those observers ready, while Mycross is doing an insane job at microing those stalkers, not losing a single point of life. Okay, let me rephrase that. Only losing a single point of life on this stalker right here. But still, a very nice defense. Hasn't lost a single unit. And 5 Marines were killed for the Terran. Just still reinforcing this. Mycross with a pretty good map vision. He's probably going to want to send this observer out on the field. Keeps it just for safety while these Marines are still close by. And he may have to drop the photon overcharge here, even though he's got a sentry added in and 5 stalkers. Nice target firing to hit directly the stalker that was already injured. And last hit is still reinforcing this. We've got the Robo Bay now completing. 1 Colossus on the field, and this is the end of the timing I was talking about. Weakness will stop. right when this Colossus will pop, and Micros was actually able to save the Photon Overcharge for that sweet spot moment where he's able to have enough stuff to chase back the Marines. Actually, Force Field will not be able to cut the army in half, which would have been pretty big for Micros, but still, Photon Overcharge will last until this first Colossus is out on the field. +1 has been completed. That was +1 armor. So +1 armor has been completed. These units will be very tanky, especially because +1 is not complete on our Terran side. Last hit going back out on the map. But this Bio Army, without any Marauders, I think he's adding in some right now. Yes, he started production, Marauder production 2 at a time, and that's a lot of barracks, guys. I don't think this is gonna stop. Concussive Shells is almost done, as well as +1, which completes right now. We've got Stim completed, and only about 40 seconds to combat shields, but is it going to be enough? Micros is gearing to get a third base up, as extended thermal lance is 1/3 of the way completed. We're gonna have a, well, when this push comes, we're probably gonna have a +1/+1 Protoss army. Oh, there's a drop coming in. Last hit. Some units are here for Micros. They're a little bit out of position though, and he's gonna miss the drop. Those Stalkers will give him time to come back with the units, but meanwhile, there's another push coming in. He's gonna have to, Micros is gonna have to cancel this third, and he does. Little win here for Last Hit, who still has the advantage in supply. Comes back with the drop. Extended Thermal Lance is about 15 seconds away from finishing. 20, make that 25. And do we have 2 Colossi? Yes, he has 2 Colossus on the field. Not enough units in there anymore to cause a problem. Some units stayed in there anyway. He's going to patrol the main, getting ready for, in the case Last Hit will come back with the drop, but there's going to be, we're hitting, again, another sweet spot. 3 Colossus. Helps so much in the, loading up. Last Hit is loading up the medevacs right under the sight of the observer, and he knows about this. This time Last Hit will not be able to cancel the third. He's gearing up to come back. Units have been moved out of the base. He needs to come back and deal with this with the Colossi. There are Marauders now, so he's able to guide this very efficiently. The whole army, though, is right there, and this third is not going to get canceled. And I think he got charged. Yes, charged at a very, very nice timing, where he was able to push back the drop. Awesome defense up until now by Micros, who's been under pressure for the last, what, not 10 minutes, but maybe the last 5 to 7 minutes? I mean, the army of Last Hit, I mean, they must be homesick right now. They've been out on the field for the whole freaking game. And let's see what he's adding in. He's got a second engineering bay. There's an armory completing as well. Is he pulling? Oh yes, guys, this is a pull. 2 base fulls of SCVs are crossing the map right now, and let's get into, yeah, full screen for this. Even though I now realize that the overlay is on the way, it doesn't matter. Charge lots are gonna tank a lot of damage. Units, oh my god, Micros could fall with this. SCVs are tanking so much damage. There are enough Vikings to deal significant damage to the Colossi here. Reinforcements are dim for Micros, who's in full retreat mode. Losing the third, will definitely lose this Overlord eventually. This Overlord, my goodness, what is happening with me, guys? Please, I need some apple juice. Help me there. Photon Overcharge is cast upon the Nexus. Zealots tanking all over the place. Does not have quite +2/+2 yet. This is a shame. It's still 10 seconds away. Probes are pulling out of the mineral line. No more Colossus to deal this area damage. And no Colossus in production either. Last Hit is still reinforcing units behind this. And what can Micros do at this point? Vikings are even dropped on the ground. One Colossus is now in production. He needs this desperately if he even wants to have a single chance of holding this. No other Photon Overcharge. I think he lost the Mothership Core. Did he? Yes, he did. Only a few Zealots and Stalkers, and this could be it. Micros not quite going to be able to hold this. Or will he? Or will he? I mean, you gotta remember that there isn't a lot of economy in the back of this for last hit. Who pulled, what, like 60 harvesters? He's still producing a lot of those, though. 3 SCVs at a time, so he's gonna be able to recover from this. But is he leaving? No, he's still out on the map. There's a lot of Marauders in there. But now, 2 Archons and this Colossus, with +2/+2, it should be enough to push this back. I mean, I cannot believe. I'm sorry, guys. I rarely call games, but this really looked like it was over. Yet, Micros is able to survive this. A stunning performance. Stunning defense by our Boreal player here, and this game has basically been reset. Both players are running with similar harvester counts, 49 to 45. Even though, yes, there is the mule factor, which gives last hit basically double the mineral income of Micros. There's also the third base factor, which Micros lost. So he's basically behind. He's got the tools, though, and he's heading in the Dark Shrine here. Is not started with +3/+3. Let's see if he's gonna even make a third base again whatsoever. Yep, selecting it. There you go. There's a third Nexus. Now he has to do damage here. Micros is calling for damage. Not a lot of units defending this. In fact, last hit, giving Micros the timing he wants, leaving the base just as the attack is occurring. And Micros denying this third base could mean everything. Is this turning into a base trade? Last hit does not seem like he wants to fall back on this. And he pulled all of the SCVs again. Micros in danger of losing the game. Once again, he's locked out of his base. Is he going to be able to get back in time? Last hit is giving him a lot of time to come back out of this. This is interesting. So Widow Mines will burrow and will allow to soften up those Archons. They will pop right away. Not quite getting the damage he needed, but the whole army is not attacking at the same time. It was actually split in half between the reinforcements of last hit and the main army. And it's quite unfortunate for Micros because he lost all of his Colossi and now 2 of his remaining Archons, and this game now looks as if it was over. Micros hasn't rebuilt his Mothership Core, so there's no Photon Overcharge. There is a DT in there. Did it get killed by the Widow Mine? I think so. Like, the Widow Mine splash damage killed the DT, I think. And Micros down to 39 supply now. Barely holding. 3 DTs warped in. At a critical moment, I should say, and they're getting damage done, but once we have a scan for last hit, there you go, 2 of these will fall. There's even, what the hell is this? He's producing SCVs right out of his opponent's mineral, and he's rallying them to the mineral field. And the Nexus of the Natural will fall. Production facilities are under attack. There's a missile turret for detection here. That is being burrowed. I was thinking of the Widow Mines. No, that's being built. And Micros at this point, this game is just extending. This is quite over. Another scan ready. The DT falls, and this game will end. So you never say it's over until it's over. Last hit eventually ended up winning this game. But the clan war is not over, and this game makes it 2-1. As I'm sure that the team leaders are already gearing up for game number 4. mean, there's a DT going to work, but there's no way you can escape, or there's no way you can escape from there. And I think he lost the DD Shrine, so yeah, nothing will happen. He's being revealed. All of the buildings will fall. There's even a safe base that Micros didn't know about in the bottom right here. So 2 SCV pulls actually make it. And I understand, like, Micros is staying in the game. I kind of understand how mad he must be right now. Also, the DD Shrine is still there. Is he still trying to warp and stuff? I don't think so. You know, what does it matter? Like, at this point, last hit is just gonna take out the last few buildings of Micros, and this game will be behind us as GG gets called, and last hit takes game number 3 for 440 Gaming, and the score is now 2-1 in favor of Boreal. So Boreal will get to pick their player last. They will get to counterpick, and they will get to choose the map as well this time. So remember, we are playing all 5 games no matter what happens. Let's catch chat. I forgot to catch the Micros keeping the dream alive. Yep. Apple is here. Get the grape into the flight. KDM doesn't love me. It's because there's a stream delay. Drekken, I'm sorry. Is it really Drekken? I know you guys are a couple normally using normally it's Drekken using that that name. There's a delay. There's a whole 2-minute delay required by the team league, which is the reason why I don't follow chat, because it's like irrelevant basically. Oh, you guys are sad. You guys are sad pandas. We should have game number 4 pretty soon. We're just waiting for, as I said, it's difficult for me to say exactly where we are at in the process of creating the new game, because these guys have been communicating in private since the beginning of the clan war, pretty efficiently, I should say. And this is one of the longer Top Dog League clan wars, or streams, I should say. This is one of the longer we've had. We're only at week 4, you're gonna tell me, but yes. I think, is it the first one? I think it was week 1. It started a little bit late, but it overall lasted maybe an hour, 10 minutes, so it was over. Basically at this point, it's like we played 5 games, it's over. Which is not the case, because we had an insane 29, or was it a little bit more than that? I'm not even sure. Let me check. A lesson in mech versus Zerg. I just want to see the total length of the game. I'm keeping watch on. I have some kind of a timer set up. I have a way to keep up with chat. It was a 27-minute game, but it was an epic one, really. I would like to see. There's some other tabs that I want to follow on the during this match, so I'm gonna take some time after the stream and watch that game for sure. Once again. Score is now, yes, 2-1 in favor of Boreal, winning the first 2 games and then losing one in the last, which gives Boreal the last pick here for the next game. I mean, let's go back to music. Why the hell not at this point? So again, guys, big thanks to our sponsors here at Boreal eSports, iWeb, Stinky Footboard, and Havoc Technologies. Personal props to CIPC.com for being nice enough to provide me with a computer, which is a computer that's streaming right now, for your pleasure. If you're enjoying the stream tonight and the casting, or if you're just curious to see what I have coming right up this weekend as an event raising money for Dreamland, you can follow me on Twitter at BRLCadium, or follow my stream at twitch.tv/CadiumLive, all in one word. Of course, if you don't already, I invite you to follow this channel, Boreal _eSports, because basically everything happens here, and we have, it's not only StarCraft 2, all of our divisions usually stream here or get restreamed by the mainstream of the team. As we are in the lobby for game number 4, and I'm trying to see who's gonna play. Is it Alex? Alex Simois is in the house, as well as Pluto. Could be either of the two. We're gonna play on merry-go-round. Score is 2-1 for Boreal eSports. And I have yet to see the standings. In fact, let me take a few seconds. So Lullaby is the player that has been selected by 440. We're just race checking here. It is a Terran. Let's see what's his rank. Just change it up a little bit here. Alright. Isn't it Thunderdog? No, it is not. And I now realize that it says Thunderdog. No. The organization that takes care of the league is called Thunderdog eSports, and you can find their website at just juke myself here. Thunderdogesports.com. You can find everything concerning that that organization right there, including their forum. They have leagues of StarCraft 2, League of Legends, Smite as well. And so, yeah, Thunderdog eSports is the organization, but the league is called the StarCraft 2 Top Dog League. And our next player is going to be Pluto. Seems like both players are ready, so we're going to stop the track. There we go, and you hear the countdown as we are heading into game number 4. Again, if you're just joining us, this is week number 4 of the Top Dog StarCraft 2 League. My name is Cadium. I'm hosting this stream tonight for your pleasure. Hopefully you guys enjoy the games and the streaming as well. 2-1 for Boreal. Let's see what game number 4 has in stores for us, as we are getting close to the end of this clan war. Remember, this is a best of 5 Pro League format in best of 1s. Boreal ahead 2-1. Did I mention that Boreal is ahead 2-1? I think I said it like 20 times in the last minute. But Boreal is ahead 2-1. It has been said. There you go. You heard it here first. Enough with the trolling. Let's present our players. Playing out of the top right third of merry-go-round for 440 Gaming. It is the third player, Lullaby. And playing out of the bottom third, as the purple Zerg for Boreal eSports, we have Pluto. And let's make sure I don't lose my awesome voice here. Pluto, headed for the middle of the map, just wants to see if he would be able to catch the scouting pro, maybe? If there's an early scout, which there isn't, as we of course know. Did I say an early pro? Because this is a TVZ once again. We are seeing an unusual amount of TVZs in this league. Like, it feels like there are so little Terrans playing at high levels. Maybe it's just an impression. Maybe I'm just too used to seeing more Prodosses, which is the weird thing, and this is totally normal. You guys tell me. Tell me if I'm normal. Okay, I'm gonna get completely trolled here. Whatever. So Pluto scouting the wrong position first. He's gonna come back. Yeah, of course, he's gonna get all the scouting info he wants with this orb. I don't know if he caught a glimpse of this SCV. Lullaby is also going to scout in the wrong position first, so Pluto is going to have his queens up whenever anything enters in the base. Well, no, this hatchery is not done. I thought he would be able to start the both queens at the same time. He's gonna go for only one queen? No, 6 links first, then adding on the second queen. And the Overlord here sees everything that needs to be seen. Yeah, if there was an assimilator here, he would have seen it. Does he see the factory? I think so. Yep, he saw the factory as well. Reaper is on the field and at Pluto's base right now, kiting the Zerglings as much as possible, taxing Pluto's micro to maybe eventually prevent him from macroing, which is always the goal. But he ventured a little bit far on creep, in my opinion, and I was gonna say luckily, but let's say skillfully, pulls back the Reaper to heal exactly at the right time, 5 HP, and saves it for another day. Here it is. So, Pluto sees at the command center, does not know of the swap. Well, you should expect it though. The swap between the factory and the barracks here. Some Hellions are going to be on the field in a few seconds. Lullaby trying to get some scouting, trying to get the vision here. Not quite gonna get it. Get some damage done. Very light damage on the queen and everything, of course. The Reaper is gonna heal. I don't know what kind of drugs are those. What do you call them? Combat drugs. Combat drugs. Hopefully this is hopefully this is safe and this has been tested and is not an experimental thing. Poor Reapers. They must be addicted to this though. Like you're hurt and your wounds close before your eyes. What kind of a drug does that? It's insane. So a little bit of a skirmish here. 3 queens holding the ramp. No walling whatsoever. 4 Reapers now. So is Lullaby gonna drop us a scan to try and get? Well, maybe he will get the creep tumor though. If he keeps attacking, he should get it. Yes, coming back, and yes, he does get the creep tumor, even though he doesn't really know about it. But is Lullaby aware of this? No, not even. So he doesn't know about the third. This Overlord gets sacrificed here, and I fail to see what has been seen by Pluto. He sees another command center building. He knows there's not a big push coming out. Also sees the tech lab researching, so he could assume this is going to be bio units. He doesn't see the add-in barracks though. Of course we know. Oh, and the wall isn't complete. Pluto comes in right at the right time. Almost fully surrounds this Hellion and is gonna head directly for the mineral line, trying to get some SCV kills. I don't even think he got one. He only got one. Supply depot gets raised and all the Zerglings die a horrible death in the Zergling barbecue. Alright, so hitting the 9-minute mark, creep spread is getting real for Pluto. oversaturated in the main, even by sending drones. Even when sending drones to this extractor, of course, he's gonna get a few of those transferred. As the third base is now completed, and still Lullaby doesn't know about it. So Lullaby is behind in supply. He's now starting +1/+1. Stimpack has completed. And Pluto will have roaches on the field. Quite a lot of roaches, even if they don't have speed yet. They are on creep, so they will be efficient enough to drive this away. Lullaby comes back for a round, gets a drone, and falls back for now. Oh, he could have got surrounded, but the AI of these units just decided it was not going to happen. And Pluto really going to commit to this roach build, getting +1/+1 carapace and missile attacks and gyro constitution for the roach speed. And I'm wondering, what other tech did I miss? Does he even have anything else at all? No. So he's running roaches on 3 bases. That's it. There's no other tech. No other tech. Add-ons are being produced like crazy here for Lullaby, who's up to 5 barracks of production. But still doesn't have quite a lot of units. He only has 19 Marines now. And these will be at a severe disadvantage once that +1/+1 completes. He's not even going to have +1 for the first 20 seconds of the engagement. Well, let's say 10 seconds, rather. I thought this would finish earlier. So this +1 carapace will basically get counteracted by the +1 attack of Lullaby, but he's not going to get extra damage, and that's the thing. There are almost as many roaches. There are more roaches on the field right now than there are Marines. So, yeah. This is a really, really big advantage for Pluto. +1 attack has completed for the Terran. And these roaches are +1/+1. Pluto is adding in a Hydra Den, as he is piercing Lullaby's wall. Lullaby is now producing a handful of Marauders. Of course, when you see your opponent going for full roaches, you need those very important siege tanks and Marauders. Lullaby has been supply blocked by this aggression, and Pluto in full retreat mode still has a world of advantage and will be driven back by this tank. It's so impressive how one tank can force Pluto to fall back, even though I think he could sneak in around that and take a nice concave here. But of course it's hard to know, like when you don't see what's happening, and even, yeah, with those building at the same time, this basically nullifies the chance for a concave to be put on by Pluto. Lullaby holds it up until now. Burrow is being researched, as well as Grooved Spines for the Hydra range. +2/+2 is on the way, as well as Overlord Speed for our Zerg player. Protoss player is getting... Oh, he doesn't have shield yet. That's quite of a big deal, in fact. So shield about a minute away. No, half a minute away. And adding in Lullaby, adding in a few more medevacs, and this army will get tanky as hell. As +1/+1 is completed, I don't think there is an armory, so it's impossible for him to start. My bad. There is an armory, so he's starting +2/+2 right away. Still, he's gonna have almost a minute and a half. He's gonna have it almost a minute and a half later than the Zerg player. Pluto is maxed out. So, yeah, something's gonna happen. Something is bound to happen, as both players will engage mid-map, and Pluto falls back. He forces stim on the whole army, which is excellent. I mean, if Lullaby wants to keep engaging this, he's gonna have to re-stim. There you go, and that's what he does. And all of a sudden, there's a gigantic concave for Pluto. No more tanks to deal with the roaches. Roaches get obliterated, but the important units are these idolists. They deal so much damage, and now he's focused on the medevacs. Resetting the medevac count at this point in time in the game is of utmost importance. But Lullaby deals with it in a pretty nice fashion, saving some of his units, saving some medevacs, while Pluto still saved some of the Hydralisks, I have to say. Now getting pathogen glands for eventual infestor use. +2/+2 has been completed. I wish he would have engaged with that though. And he's got a nice timing. Like I said, a minute and a half. For a minute and a half, he's gonna have +2/+2 while his opponent will only have +1/+1. So Lullaby is now on creep. His location is known of by Pluto. And all of Pluto's units are out on the field in the middle of the map, getting positioned to maybe catch off some of those units. While the main army is down south, he's engaging what you could call the reinforcements. Setting up a concave, trying to get his opponent to march into this tight spot, maybe re-engaging over that. No, but there's a lot of units. In fact, Pluto gets caught. And now Lullaby has the upper hand in supply. What the hell is going on? +2/+2 will finish, and this window of opportunity closes as both players are now on equal upgrades, and even Lullaby getting back and starting +3/+3 while the hive is not complete for Pluto. And now the advantage will go towards the Terran player, who's now dropping the 4th. Gonna be able to get some nice damage done here. Where are Pluto's units? I mean, he needs to take an engage now. He needs to take an efficient engage. He's gonna lose this 4th, getting focused, and now all the units are gonna fall back. Well, Lullaby still lost most of them because the medevac fell. And meanwhile, there was another drop occurring in the natural that got denied as well. 6 workers killed on both sides. And there is a 4th base coming up for Lullaby. Great creep spread from Pluto. I have to take a sip of water here. As I was saying, great creep spread now gets denied by a Lullaby. And why not continue? Oh, and a big fungal on the army. He's gonna get a nice concave out of this. Tanks are sieged. Only one of them is sieged though. And these units, oh my goodness, deal so much damage. What could Pluto do at this point? He's losing a lot of units. And he's basically pinned down at his base, not able to harass or anything. He doesn't have the quick Zerglings to wrap around and go for the eventual 4th, which he doesn't even know about in the first place. He saw another command center building, so he must assume that there's something else here. And this creep will definitely get denied again, but at least Pluto knows about this army moving on the right side of the map, and he's gonna try to catch them in the middle. He's gonna fight off creep though. Could land a big fungal here. Tanks are sieged up. Big fungal lands as the DPS units get saved every time, and now he should back. There you go. The damage was done. He backs out, saves the Hydralisk, the oh so important Hydras, but he still hasn't started +2/+2, and Lullaby is gonna have +3 attack in about 10 seconds now, and this will make a difference. Even though some of these engagements looked even, then this +3 attack could turn things around. And to be entirely honest, the quantity of marauders in that army makes me think that Pluto should switch all the way to, well, either air or Zerglings, like a lot of speedlings without upgrades, just to tank. Gets a free infestor out of this siege, and this 4th is so easy to harass for a Terran player playing, well, not playing Myth, but having siege tanks in position here is big, real big. And this 4th base could get denied. Actually, Pluto is helping Lullaby to get it. Why the hell not? Okay, so let's see. Pluto, both players are maxed out. Lullaby is not in the best position ever. He could get caught here. But actually, oh yes, the blinding clouds on the army and the tanks will force Lullaby to fall back. He loses all of his tanks, but saves most of the army. And these guys have been trading pretty efficiently. Pluto has lost more resources, but I expected this graph to be much more in the favor of the Terran player than it is, which is the reason why I say they've been trading pretty efficiently. But I'm wondering why Pluto is, keeping up with Roaches. They die like instantly from +3/+3 Marauders. They don't deal enough damage at all. Especially, he still doesn't have +3/+3 started. This is going to take a long time now. And he's going for it, engaging straight up with the Hydras, not even fighting with the whole army at the same time. He doesn't have a fungal back. And these infinitely healed units with 9 medevacs above their heads, he's not even able to kill anything. The third got denied as well. There's a fifth on the left side, up and running, but for how long? And now Lullaby not only has the upper hand, he's got the game not in his pocket, but he's playing with it in his hands, and he's looking to complete it. We'll go for the safe way around though, as this original third gets lifted, not denied. Lullaby, 200 supply. Pluto, barely 150. Still, at 91 army supply. Pluto is playing a pretty low econ build. I don't think he lost that many. Okay, my bad. I should not have said that. So 20 workers killed in total, so which means he had a lot more than 53. Lullaby feels pretty safe, adding in a fifth command center rather, right here on the high ground. And at this point, what can Pluto do? Really, like, it's gonna take miracle blinding clouds with insane fungals, which he only has 1 right now. No, my bad. He has 2 and soon 3. But will it be enough? This 5th base is now under siege and will get denied. Definitely, there's no way you can engage that. And what do you head for? As Pluto, you gotta remember your opponent is not very mobile unless he stems his army, and that hurts him quite a lot. But if he's sieged, you can take advantage of that. Maybe, well, it's not that great of a situation for him to go for a base trade. Now, yeah, the engage is happening in the middle of the field. Blinding clouds on almost all of the tanks, but well played is called, as the whole army melts under the Marauder fire. So many Marauders here. So many Marauders, and that was it. That was basically it. If he had maybe with Zerglings, that would have been 2 nice things. He would have benefited from the ineffectiveness of the Marauders versus Zerglings. He still could have had Hydras behind dealing damage, and he would have forced friendly fire from the tanks. And I really, to my knowledge and my skill, this could have been the better area where he should have sent his tech. But who am I to judge? Again, I am criticizing, but I'm not criticizing in a bad way. I'm wondering, and it would be really nice to hear from you guys, Zerg players and Terran players. What does seeing this method adopted by the Zerg player, how does it make you feel? Do you feel confident versus that? Have you been beaten by it? Of course, the upgrades didn't go into the Boreal player's favor either. Pluto not completing +3/+3 at all in the game. And all of a sudden, this has turned into an ace match, It's 2-2 between Boreal eSports and 440 Gaming. Guys, thanks for watching the stream at the moment. We have a little bit over 40 viewers. Tip of the hat to you for staying and watching it. Again, if you enjoy the streaming, if you want to know more about what's coming on my end, during next weekend, I'm gonna have a long stream. I haven't decided the whole length yet. Maybe 12. It's gonna be 12 to 16 hour. It all depends. For those who don't know, I am a father of two. I have a full-time job. I have a wife and two kids. So a long stream like 12, 14, 16 hours is it's quite something to schedule. I've been planning for this over the last 2 months, and yeah, this and Dreamland, of course, which is gonna be insane. And by the way, while I have some time, all of you Boreal people listening, it seems some players. Okay, it seems we need to take a little bathroom break, which is a good idea. I'm gonna go and get some water, and when we come back, Ace Match game number 5 is coming right up. Gonna put on some music for you guys. See you in about a minute and a half. Alright guys, I am back. Oh, this is so much better. Sorry for the little downtime. Here we are. Let's get back. Yeah, there you go. So everyone, I think everyone needed a little break. We needed to wait 2 minutes for Alex. So everyone said, okay, let's get back here in 2 minutes. And I think this is the first game tonight where we're not gonna have a Zerg. PVT. We're just waiting for, oh my god, YOLO Swagger. YOLO Swagger is the last player for 440 Gaming, and Boreal brings out Alex Semois. I have a few seconds to check out chat. Remember guys, I'm always watching it in between the games, so when you see a game ending, you can write me messages. This is probably the best time. So I hear the stop the music right now as we are entering game number 5. I'm trying to read chat. Alright. We are in game number 5. Again, this is the Top Dog StarCraft 2 League week number 4 match between Boreal eSports and 440 Gaming. Boreal took the first 2 games and 440 is coming back. Who's gonna take this clan war? Is Boreal gonna be able to close it off, or are they going to suffer a second heartbreaking defeat, 3-2? That is what we'll see. We are playing on Catalina, and in the top right third of this 3-player map, we have the 440 Gaming player, Mr. YOLO Swagger. Trying to mix it up here. YOLO Swagger. and his opponent, messing with my camera. There he is. On the left third. Let's just call it the left side of Catalina, playing as the blue Terran. It is Boreal Alex, c'est moi, who I am going to call Alex for the sake of simplicity. And we are getting a little bit of lag here. Seems Mr. YOLO Swagger is lagging. Let's see if we'll require a pause here. Doesn't look like it. Maybe just a little spike. All right. So, have we had a... No, we had another TVP tonight. I already forgot. This is what it does. This is what it does. You have to, especially in that kind of format, you have to flush the last game down the drain and start anew when the new game starts. Since we have 2 new players, the winner doesn't stay in Pro League format. And we are getting an awful lot of lag. I'm sorry. If you guys see the video stuttering, it's not the stream. It's basically happening in-game. Alex with the first Reaper. He's rallying it all the way across the map in the right position. So we'll just follow this Reaper and his adventure in Protoss territory. Cybercore is almost completed for YOLO Swagger. Definitely going to head for this Mothership Core expand we all know and love. Not quite yet, as he is going to start... Yeah, okay, the Mothership Core, there it is. Perfect, I was wondering. I was checking the Terran's money and I said he's not gonna have enough gas to create that, but still, yes, he will. And as the Mothership Core comes out, this Reaper leaves, not getting a kill. Landing a few shots, but that's it. Will live to scout another day. YOLO Swagger headed in the bottom part of the map first, and will scout his opponent last. YOLO Swagger already with a... Oh, interesting. YOLO Swagger staying on one base for now. I don't know if Alex went far enough to see that. No, it still could be an expand in Alex's mind, but it is not yet. We're rolling on 2 gases. The expand will get landed now. And not before a Stargate. And let's see, are we going to head? And he saw the Nexus. Good, perfect. This is, yeah, of course, Oracle. And Oracle is in production. YOLO Swagger patrolling this area of the map, ready to land a proxy pylon. Warp Gate is over 3/4 of the way. Let's drink another little bit of water here. The weather is so changing quickly. I'm having a hard time with my voice. I'm really sorry, guys. Oh, and this Reaper got denied very quickly, but not before seeing the dreaded Stargate, which was not producing anything. So he doesn't know yet. He must assume, though, it is an Oracle. And boy, are those Oracle fast. It is insane. Missile turret is being produced right now, but Oracle will be there before, and let's see, he barely escapes. Manages to save it. Yellow Swagger saves the Oracle, as Alex had exactly the number of units he needed to defend this. In the natural, Yellow Swagger coming back with the Oracle, not even getting a kill, and this is... hang on, let me rephrase. Okay, he got a kill. So he got a Marine and an SCV out of it, but that's it. And that is a lot of investment in both time and money. I mean, he's delaying his old build. He's delaying his expansion. So this has a much heavier cost than just the Stargate and the building time of the Oracle. The cost of the Oracle, of course. This has a lot of impact, even on the... more in the mid game than the late game. Alex recognizes this, I would assume, and moves out on the map with 12 Marines ready to kill, and some other trailing. They had to take a break. Okay, Stalker, goodbye. Stalker gets cut out on the field, and what do we have to defend here? Of course, Mothership Core with, 200, so he has 2 full minutes of photon overcharge ahead of himself. Not going to suffer any casualty whatsoever, and Oracle is back. Now with 5 kills, and I'm wondering, all of these are SCVs, except the Marine we saw at the beginning. Alex's units fall back. I don't think he managed to deal the damage he wanted to deal. And I'm not talking about killing units. I'm talking about forcing units out from his opponent. At this point, when the Protoss player is still on two warp gates, I think he's producing pretty regularly anyway. Or not, like just to make me lie. Once again, there you go. Thank you. Okay, so still, we have this probe here on the high ground, not quite gonna see the army moving out from Alex, and doesn't know about the command center here either. So there's a lot of units crossing the map. They're not gonna be seen. He has literally nothing. He expects the units to go under this path, and he feels very safe because of that. Oh my god, and Alex falls back. He could have done an awful lot of damage, I think, with all of those units. There's a lot of force fields though, so he would have been cut in half with photon overcharge. Maybe not, but we'll never know. Scans a few units. Yellow Swagger plants a pylon on the southernmost part of the map. Not quite the southernmost, but south of Alex's third. Let's just call it like that. Oracle has 100 energy. Could come back for some harass. There's an idle SCV here. Huh. Is Alex nervous? This is unfamiliar, uncharacteristic of Alex to do that kind of stuff. Drop in the main here. Gonna get a few... oh, interesting. I was gonna say gonna get a few probes. He's gonna get more now, but at the cost of all of these units. And is he gonna fall back? He's not gonna be able. A second medevac comes in and saves the day. Saves a couple of units. And this main is conveniently as large as the photon overcharge range. Interestingly enough, reveal was cast upon Alex's army. And now it's Yellow Swagger's turn to cross the map undetected. Or was he? Yes, he was. There's no way he would have seen it. But yet, something has to ring. This has to ring a bell in Alex's mind. There is no reason for an High Templar to be out on the map without the army. So he must know something's up. I would assume. +1/+1 has been completed. +2/+2 is on the way. While these very tanky Protoss units will force a liftoff of the third.